Let's speak about Tesla, baby. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the hoodie to prove that fact, and Tesla's Q3 earnings are coming out after hours today. This is exciting for multiple reasons. Of course, it's going to affect Tesla's share price in the short term, 100%. We also know that Tesla tends to have an effect on the broader EV market, which has not been doing too hot as of late in general. Look at Workhorse, look at Lordstown Motors, look at Hyliion. I mean, Neo's pretty much the only one who's been doing decently. So hopefully that can give a little bit of a boost to everybody. I want to say from the start, guys, I'm a long-term investor in Tesla and a long-term investor in general, okay? So what we speak about today, I'm not setting price targets for today. I'm not selling if we hit $456.69 a share. We're speaking about long-term prospects. We're speaking about long-term investments, as we always do on this channel. So keep that in mind. So there's a few things I really want to see from this Q3 report in general, and there's a few things we're going to go through today. The first thing we're going to go through is we now have our third quarter deliveries, which were absolutely fantastic. A lot of you may be aware that Tesla has a target of selling 500,000 vehicles by the end of the year. So are we on track for that? Because in my opinion, that will be one of the absolute biggest short-term catalysts we will get as investors. Now, we won't actually find out about that until early next year, but still, we want to see if we're on track. I want to speak about one analyst upgrade in particular, which is quite exciting. I want to speak about some EPS and revenue estimates. I also just want to have a nice, decent look at the stock chart and see, do we think this is going up or down in the short term, even though we're long-term investors? Does it matter too much? So right before we get into the video, my friend, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? Just hitting that like button helps me out so much. If you're new around here, please consider hitting that juicy red subscribe button and joining the family. We're getting very close to 50,000 subs. And drop me a comment down below. Let me know, where do you stand on Tesla? Are you buying more now? What do you think is going to happen? With that being said, my friends, into the video. So this is the first thing I really want to speak about in today's video, okay? Is demand rising or falling for Tesla in general, okay? So Tesla previously stated a sales target of 500,000 vehicles throughout 2020, okay? So that's massive numbers to be putting out there. If we look at our Tesla Q1 2020 vehicle production and deliveries, okay, total deliveries 88,400. If we go over the Q2, okay, total deliveries 90,650. So that was an increase, but it was a very small increase. Now, Q3 numbers just came out very recently. We went all the way up to just shy of 140,000. So that was a very, very big increase quarter over quarter. What, that about 40-something%? Now, if you add all of those numbers up, we're looking at 318,350 Tesla vehicles being delivered so far this year. That means that within the next 3 months, to hit that 500,000 sales target, we're going to have to sell just over 180,000 vehicles. Now, historically and typically, the last half of the year is best for electric vehicle sales. So who knows? Potentially it is possible. We went from 90,000 all the way up to nearly 140,000. So if we do see that same level of growth, we are going to clear that 500,000 target right off the bat. So right now, it seems like the odds are against Tesla. It seems like the odds are against Elon Musk, but he's pulled some pretty big tricks out of the bag in the past. And the reason I'm speaking about this now is because I believe this is one of the biggest long-term and short-term catalysts that Tesla has at the moment. We'll get into a few more later on in the video. But I think if Tesla hit this target of 500,000 deliveries in a year, and keep in mind, this has been one of the craziest years in Tesla's history and a lot of people's histories. The Roni is around. It's not normal. We're not under normal circumstances. And they are still absolutely smashing it out of the park. So these Q3 delivery numbers do fill me with an awful lot of confidence. And I do think there is potential for those 180,000 plus vehicles to be delivered. But it's going to be tough. It's going to take a lot of work. Now, with that being said, we know that, Elon Musk gets paid a lot based on performance. So it's going to be in his best interest to hit those targets. If he hits those targets, he's going to be getting a nice chunk of money. And also, the share price is going to go up more than likely quite considerably, and it's going to fill more and more investors with more and more confidence. So it would be a win-win for absolutely everybody. It would be more revenue for the company, it's going to fill investors with confidence, and Elon Musk is going to get a juicy paycheck. So it's quite clear to see why he would want to do that. So I'm absolutely positive that Elon Musk is going to do everything in his power. He's going to put every ounce of himself into getting these deliveries. And last month this came out, okay? An email Elon Musk sent to Tesla employees with 10 days left in Q3. He told them they would have to rally hard to hit record deliveries in the third quarter of 2020, which they did. They smashed the third quarter. I would like to remind you guys of this, okay? The fourth quarter of last year, Tesla delivered 112,000 100,000 vehicles. That does go to show you guys that the last quarter of the year generally is the best. So if there's any quarter, if there's any circumstances that they're going to want to rally extremely hard and work as a team to smash delivery targets, it's going to be this quarter. There is a lot on the line, people. So that's the first thing. That's the deliveries we have now, and that's the delivery targets we are seeing. So there's many analysts who are predicting over 500,000. There are many analysts predicting quite considerably below that. Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas expects Tesla to reach sales of 489,729 for the year. At this stage, I think if we do fall short, it's going to be marginal. I think we're going to get extremely close to that 500,000, but I think a lot of people would really like to see those extra few thousand vehicles. We would like to see that 500,000 number. And in order to get there, what's one more thing Musk has done? What's one more publicity stunt that the company has pulled very recently? A surprise cut in its luxury sedan Model S, knocking $2,570 off the starting price, bringing the price down to $69,420. Elon Musk is crazy, man. He's insane. I love this man. It is a joke, of course, but it's a publicity stunt as well, and it's a smart decision. It could incentivize more buyers, and not only that, this comes out after Lucid Motors said they're bringing out a new electric car in 2020 called the Lucid Air, which will cost $77,400 minus a $7,500 tax credit. So they also just went ahead and undercut Lucid, all while pulling this massive publicity stunt, and all just before the Q3 earnings report comes out. It's just Elon being Elon, baby. So the next thing I want to speak about, my friends, is Tesla's revenue estimates for Q3. So the market is expecting a significant quarter-to-quarter jump in revenue due to the new delivery record. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Right here, you can actually see the prediction for Tesla's revenue over the past 2 years, okay? So estimized predictions are in blue, Wall Street consensus are in grey, and actual results are in green. Now, if I show you this, over the last 2 years, Tesla has beaten EPS estimates 63% of the time, and they have beaten revenue estimates 63% of the time also. So the majority of the time, 2 out of 3 earnings reports, they are going to beat estimates essentially. So I mean, the general consensus right now is at about $8.2 to $8.4 billion or so. And if we look at our earnings, we look at our EPS. Wall Street consensus is a gain of 55 cents per share for the quarter, and estimated prediction is slightly higher, considerably higher, with a prediction of 67 cents per share. The earnings estimates are much higher this quarter, both likely due to higher revenue and the fact that Tesla has been consistently beating earning estimates over the last several quarters. So I mean, everything's looking quite nice right now. Now, the next thing I'd like to speak about briefly is this right here, okay? Tesla stock rises after Wedbush Ives lifts target to $500 a share. Now, what is really interesting about these guys is they've been covering them for a considerable period of time, okay? They still reiterated the neutral rating they've had on the stock since April 2019, but boosted the price target to $500 from $475. I mean, if you've been covering them that long and consistently raising price targets, I don't understand how you're staying neutral. But anyway, it's a price target increase nonetheless, up to $500 from $475. Now, they go on to say, we believe Tesla's improved manufacturing efficiency and shining Giga 3 success in China will be on full display later this week, aka tonight, and lead to another strong bottom line performance which should beat the street in our opinion. And I agree. I mean, we've spoken about China and the Chinese EV market on this channel quite a few times at this stage. Massive market, and Tesla, in my opinion, is going to scoop up a large portion of that. I mean, look at how good NIO is doing right now in comparison to the large majority of EV companies that are out there. They also say, we believe Tesla is on pace to impressively achieve in the area code of 500,000 units for the year. So I mean, they believe that could happen. I want to be optimistic. I do want to believe it can happen, but I won't be too surprised or too upset if we fall ever so slightly short. So let's have a look at the chart, okay? We're looking at the 6-month chart. Obviously, it's been absolutely beautiful in general. We're up over 200% in 6 months. It's awesome. Right here, you're looking at what happened pre-split, and you will all remember we went on this absolutely fantastic run to the upside, and then it was followed by this massive sell-off. Battery day happened, and there was quite a big sell-off. It's been up and down, and not too much has realistically happened over the last couple of months. There's been massive swings both upwards and downwards, but in general we've just somewhat been trading sideways. If I bring you back to exactly 3 months ago, we're actually up just below 3%. Now in the meantime, we've been up 15, we've been down 20. It's been crazy, but it has been somewhat stagnant. I do think something like this Q3 earnings report could be a catalyst, but I don't think it's going to be the catalyst that we are looking for. What are 2 catalysts I really want to see happen? Well, the first one is what we just spent so much time speaking about. The 500,000 sales in a year. I think that would be absolutely immense and would, play a big role in justifying our absolutely insane valuation as of right now. I think it would fill a whole lot of people with a whole lot more confidence in this company in the long term if we are putting up those kind of sales numbers. Also, I just think that next year in general will be very important. I think we're definitely going to need pretty much 4 good quarters next year, and then it's pretty much going to be set in stone that Tesla is going to be a fantastic long-term investment. They spent so long already, being volatile. They spent so long going up and down. They spent so long being extremely speculative. But now it's getting to a stage where we're not speculative whatsoever. We're just extremely expensive. The next thing is S&P 500 inclusion. And I know people aren't really speaking about this anymore, but I still think it's going to be extremely important. And I do honestly believe that, to an extent, it's inevitable. Now, it may not happen this year. It may not happen early next year. It could be another 9 months, another 12 months, but it doesn't matter. In my opinion, at some stage, it's going to be inevitable. And it does not matter if it's next week or if it's in 24 months. I think that is going to be quite a large catalyst. It's going to force quite a lot of fund managers, ETF managers, etc. to get into Tesla. People who may right now think it's too volatile, think it's not safe to have in their portfolios. And it's going to force big money to get into this company. So I do think that is another catalyst we all have to keep our eyes out for big time. And of course, the next one is just the EV market in general. I mean, it's growing, and it's growing extremely quickly. And I don't think we can underestimate the Chinese EV market either. I think if you're a Tesla investor, you can't just focus on their US numbers. You can't just focus on the new gigafactories. Look at where they're going up. I mean, look at Berlin, look at Shanghai, look at those markets as well. They are growing quickly. So I just think we need to see the same upward trends that we have been seeing for a considerable period of time now. That is all there is to it in my opinion. Next thing I'm looking out for is this, okay? Autopilot and Tesla's suite of advanced driver assistance systems. I want to hear about robo-taxis. I want an update on autonomy. I know Elon Musk has been borderline going autonomous driving to work every day. I want to know, when will the everyday person be able to do that? Because I do think that will be one of Tesla's, literal biggest moments. I know you can drive autonomously now, but I mean, we want it to be perfect. We want what Elon Musk has been promising. We want it to be safer than driving yourself. We want robo-taxis, baby. We want Tesla to change the world. That's what investors want, and I think that's what we're waiting for. And I would be surprised if we don't get some sort of a decent update about this in Q3, because you should be aware, if you're a Tesla investor, we were expecting robotaxis on the road by the end of this year. Now, it was prolonged for very obvious reasons, but we deserve an update, and I think we need an update in order for, people to be able to stick with this company and keep buying this company at current valuations. I also would like to hear more about this. Remember, during Battery Day, we were told about the $25,000 Tesla. I want to hear about that, man. If it was here right now, I'd buy it. I want it in front of me right now. If a Tesla was $25,000, I'm on that, baby. And I'm sure there's a lot of people like me who would love to own a Tesla, but don't want to pay all of that money, But $25,000, that's reasonable for a brand new car, especially a Tesla. So in all honesty, I do think this is going to be an important quarter, but I think that Q4 is going to be a much more important quarter. I think there's going to be some big moves. The market is crazy right now anyway. There's loads of outside factors. We speak about elections, we speak about the Roni stimulus, etc, etc. There's so many outside factors that are going to go into every single stock price right now. But as far as Tesla actually goes, and in regards to, fundamentals, etc, that's somewhat where I'm standing with these guys right now. I'm excited for it. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm going to see what comes out of it. Hopefully it's not a repeat of Battery Day where we get good news and people sell for some reason. Considering that we haven't necessarily been on an absolutely massive run up and we have actually been selling off for a few days in a row now, I don't think that's going to happen. But this is Tesla, baby. Anything can happen. And please do remember, my friends, as I told you at the start of this video, I'm a long-term investor in absolutely everything that I do, especially Tesla. I've said before, I wish I could invest in these guys and not hear of them again for 10 years, because I believe that's where the big money is going to be made. I don't care if they dip to 350 or 300 or 250. In fact, I'd be happy if that happened, because if I plan on holding this company for 30 years and I can buy more shares at $250 or $300 without fundamentals changing as opposed to $420, of course I'm going to want to do that. So do keep that in mind. I'm not day trading this. I'm not going short term. I have no contracts. I have no option plays. I'm just buying ordinary shares, baby, and holding them for a long time. But anyway, my friends, that is what I am going to be looking out for, somewhat expecting and hoping for in these Q3 earnings. I really am interested though when it comes to Tesla. What are you hoping for out of these Q3 earnings? Do you just want to see what they have to say about the 500,000 sales target? Or do you want to hear about autonomy? Or is there something that, you're looking for that people aren't even speaking about? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you have watched this video all the way until the end, you, my friend, are a true legend. I appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Your support means the world to me. I'm so happy to, you know, be on this long-term investing journey with all of you guys. Hopefully we're all going to make a lot of money in 5 to 10 years, you know what I mean? I know right now the market's in a pretty crazy place. A lot of people are upset. It's been a bad week or two. Guys, in the grand scheme of things, that's going to happen. I mean, if you want to invest for more than a year, you're going to go through dips. Even during good market conditions, this is going to happen. We live in this crazy time. We live during the Roni, my friends. Of course, this kind of thing is going to happen. Especially when you're playing innovative stocks. Especially when you're playing stocks like Tesla with disgustingly high valuations. Or growth stocks or spec stocks. It's going to happen, my friends. If you enjoyed the video and you took some value and entertainment from it, could I please ask you to hit that like button? It really helps me out. And of course, subscribe if you're new around here and want more content like this. We are getting so close to 50,000, it would mean a lot to me. And if you are interested, please hit that first link in the description and sign up to become a patron. You'll get full access to my private Discord group. Loads of juicy information there. 400 investors all helping each other out. It's awesome. With that being said, my friends, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you for another video very soon. Peace.